Ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise for the entrance of the 2017 University of Saskatchewan graduates?
Good morning. A hot crowd. Would the graduates please turn and face the platform? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fall Convocation 2017. Would you please join our vocalist, Brianna Penner, in the singing of O Canada?
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Once again, graduates and distinguished guests, welcome. My name is Beth Bilson. I'm the University Secretary, and I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. So beginning with the front row on my left and your right, Russell Eisinger, University Registrar, Patty McDougall, Vice Provost Teaching and Learning, Deborah Posego-Osborne, Vice President University Relations, Karen Chad, Vice President Research, Jackie Ottman, Vice Provost Indigenous Engagement, Bob Badger, Traditional Knowledge Keeper, Eric Olawson, MLA Saskatoon University, representing the Minister of Advanced Education, Tony Vanelli, Provost and Vice President Academic, President Peter Stoichev, Chancellor Roy Romano, Ali Rajput, recipient of an honorary degree, Kent Stobart, Vice Dean, College of Medicine, presenting this morning's honorary degree, Jeremy Rayner, Director, Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy, University of Saskatchewan campus, Keith Willoughby, Dean, Edwards School of Business, Trevor Crow, Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, Peter Bonham-Smith, Dean, College of Arts and Science. And in the second row, our three orators, Lynn Bertucci, Daryl Gunther, Ken Howland. Terence Downey, President, St. Thomas More College. Arul Kumaran, Dean, St. Thomas More College. Tom Wilson, President, University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Asit Sarkar, past President, University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Chris Unsworth, Alumni Association Representative. David Dion, President of the University of Saskatchewan Students' Union. Jordan Bonkowski, Vice President, Finance and Operations, Graduate Students Association. Linda Browning, Senator. Jim Pulfer, Senator. Andrew Grosvenor, recipient of the New Researcher Award. Maureen Reed, recipient of the Distinguished Researcher Award. Chelsea Wilness, recipient of the Master Teacher Award. Noreen Mahoney, Associate Dean, Edwards School of Business. Lauren Elias, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Christina Bidwell, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Gordon Debreze, Vice Dean, College of Arts and Science. Jack Gray, Vice Dean, College of Arts and Science. Lawrence Martz, Vice Dean, College of Arts and Science. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of the faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates. We acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respect to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of our gathering place, and we reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song. Please be seated.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many people here to share in this special occasion. I'm privileged to be the president of this great university. Peter Stoichev, eminent Chancellor, graduates and families, honored guests, I thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. In particular, I want to acknowledge today our knowledge keeper, the Buffalo Boys drum group who played that honor song for us, our honorary degree recipient, Dr. Rajput, from whom you will be hearing shortly, MLA Eric Olofsson, and the orchestra playing for us today. I also acknowledge the many faculty who are on stage behind me, who are the heartbeat of this university. They have been leaders and mentors for so many of you who will graduate here today. We're here to celebrate a milestone in the lives of the graduates who will soon cross this stage. We're proud of them. They're proud of what they've done. Life is richer when we collectively acknowledge success and hard work and rites of passage such as this one today. We're also here because this university has brought us together. A university is a wonderful thing, a great experiment in the ongoing conversation we call democracy. For democracy to work, there has to be truth. And these days, distinguishing among all the information that comes our way, what's true and what's not true, is harder and harder to do, and at the same time, more necessary to do than ever. Good journalism and good universities do that job. Now that we're in what many call a post-truth era, universities are needed now more than ever before, and the University of Saskatchewan is needed now more than it has ever been. What all of you crossing this stage today with a University of Saskatchewan degree, strengthened by knowing what truth can look like, go on to do in your lives will matter immensely to our collective futures. You're getting your degree today. You've succeeded in that, and take the time to enjoy it, to revel in it. But once you've done with that, take even more time to thank your spouses and partners, parents and grandparents, friends, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, communities, elementary school teachers, high school teachers, the professors you appreciated, or your classmates who helped you out, because you don't achieve something this big without a lot of help along the way. Many graduates are sitting in seats like you are in auditoriums like this one right now across the country getting university degrees. But let me say a few things on this occasion of Canada's 150th anniversary and the university's 110th. And in the wake of the TRC report, let me say a few things about a U of S degree. This is the home of the cobalt-60 radiation therapy technology that revolutionized cancer treatment in 1951 and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. The small Acme Machine and Electric Company around the corner from us right here on Idlewild Drive built the casing. U of S medical researchers built the concept. 6,700 patients were treated for the next 20 years until it was replaced with newer technology in 1971. Sylvia Fedoruk, who later became Saskatchewan's Lieutenant Governor and then our Chancellor, was a graduate student member of that project's team. Some of the country's most formative political leaders got their degrees here. Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, Governor General Ray Natishan, Premiers Grant Devine and Brad Wall and Lauren Calvert, and of course, Roy Romano. All in all, 8 Canadian premiers have been students at the U of S. Dozens of Canadian ambassadors to countries around the world, dozens of high-ranking public servants in Ottawa, such as Gordon Thiessen, former Governor of the Bank of Canada. It is fitting on the occasion of Canada's 150th that Roy Romano, a leader among U of S nation builders, is now our Chancellor. People who went on to win Nobel Prizes were here. One was chemistry graduate student Henry Tobey, who received it in 1983. Speaking of chemistry, its department head here for many years, Thorberger Thorvaldsen, and his graduate students spent most of the 1920s developing sulfate-resistant concrete, as one of my predecessors, President W.P. Thompson, wrote about him in 1952, the value of his research could be computed in amounts considerably greater than have been spent on the university during its entire history. Another Nobel laureate from the U of S was Gerhard Hertzberg, who was offered a position in physics in 1935 by our first president, Walter Murray, to escape Nazi Germany when no other university on this continent had the vision and the humanity to offer him one. Hertzberg won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1971. Writers such as Sharon Butala, who wrote Perfection of the Morning, and three-time Governor General's Award winner Guy Vanderhaeghe were here. Hilda Neatby, who wrote the controversial book on Canadian education, So Little for the Mind. Actors like Kim Coates from Sons of Anarchy. Business leaders such as Brett Wilson, an engineering grad, and Murray Edwards. Aboriginal leaders like our recent Chancellor Blaine Fable, former chief of the FSIN, and Felix Thomas, recent chief of the Saskatoon Tribal Council. Lester LaFond, a formidable influence on the development of the Aboriginal business community in Saskatchewan. Annie Mackay, the first Indigenous woman to graduate from our university. Influential people in our justice system, such as law school graduate Tom Malloy, the federal government's chief negotiator in the Nunavut Land Claim Agreement. He was chancellor of this university. Civil liberties advocate, Medicare author, and Supreme Court Justice Emmett Hall was here, a law school classmate of John Diefenbaker's, and Diefenbaker later became our chancellor. Justice Hall proposed compelling reasons for Aboriginal land title existing in British Columbia under common law, which later influenced Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau to begin land claims negotiations with First Nations. Emmett Hall's 1964 Royal Commission on National Health Care Services recommended Canada adopt Saskatchewan's public health insurance model. In it, he wrote that the only thing more expensive than good health care is no health care. Emmett Hall later became Chancellor of the University of Saskatchewan. Roy Romano, another law school alumnus, authored in 2002 the only other Royal Commission on the future of health care in Canada, and he later became Chancellor. Our chancellors, including Tom Malloy, John Diefenbaker, Sylvia Fedoruk, Emmett Hall, and Roy Romano, have been nation builders for sure. Athletes and coaches such as Sandra Schmerler, Diane Jones-Konahowski, and Mike Babcock and Willie Desjardins and Dave King were at the U of S. In fact, 3, very recently 4, of the NHL's current coaches were student athletes here with Huskies hockey. At last spring's YWCA Women of Distinction Awards banquet, 26 of the 50 nominees were from this university. This university has served the city and the province in extraordinary fashion, but in this, Canada's 150th anniversary, we can also be proud that the U of S has been a nation builder. The historian Desmond Morton has called Vimy Ridge, and this is the 100th anniversary of that battle, a nation-building experience. The whole First World War was won for Canada. Of the 345 U of S students, faculty, and staff who enlisted in it, 69 sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. They are commemorated on the university's memorial gates on College Drive. More than 100 more were wounded, and 33 were awarded Medals of Valor. The university gave so many brave soldiers to the cause, the School of Engineering closed its doors for the 1916-1917 academic year when the faculty and students enlisted en masse. Nation builders for sure. 110 years after we began, we are now seen as a research leader in the country with Canada's only synchrotron, where we figured out how to produce medical isotopes using a particle accelerator rather than a nuclear reactor. There is a huge national and international demand for these isotopes, due in part to the imminent closure of the reactor in Chalk River in 2018. We've got one of the world's most advanced vaccine research facilities at Vito Intervac, and a cyclotron that is now providing the medical isotopes to RUH, a fitting homage to that Cobalt-60 work done here over half a century ago. Our Global Institute for Food Security will help feed a hungry world. Our Global Institute for Water Security will help us understand floods and droughts. These two institutes received the country's largest research grants ever earned by Canadian universities. The competition for these grants was intense, and we are the only university in the country to have received two. These institutes are examples of how we bring together different parts of the university to work on global problems. With 17 colleges and graduate schools, we have more disciplines than any Canadian university of our size. This is a crucial feature of who we are. Because although we do not know what the solutions are to the major challenges facing us today, we do know this, that none of them will be solved by a single discipline or by a single person, but by many people from many disciplines working together. We are poised to help do that, with faculty like the ones on the stage before you, who are at the cutting edge of research, scholarly, and artistic work. All these things matter. All these things will help make Canada and the world a better place. For these reasons and more, we're one of the top 15 research-intensive medical doctoral universities in this country, out of 96 universities. On his train trip out here to begin his work as our first president in 1908, Walter Murray wrote that we are building for centuries. And that's what we will continue to do, to be a leader in developing local solutions to global problems, to be the nation builder we have proved we are. And we will continue to govern ourselves not only on the basis of what we want to be, but what the world needs us to be. I don't say all of this just to boast, but to emphasize that the degree that you have all worked on so hard to receive today has tremendous value. Many employers tell me that when they see an application from a U of S grad, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high and because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots. And also because you haven't just learned a particular area of study, you've learned how to transfer what you've learned in what discipline to what is needed in another. To be able someday to solve problems we can't even foresee today. You've learned about excellence, and excellence is a transferable skill. And like anything that has great value, it carries with it a great responsibility. Education brings benefit, it also brings responsibility. In the end, most people in the world can only dream of getting to where you are today. Educated, well-read, supported, self-reliant, networked, plugged in. This is not to say there aren't huge challenges, but you've worked hard and others have helped to get you to this point. And now what? A few final thoughts on that. You didn't get here by following what everyone else did, agreeing with everything they said, doing everything they asked, and taking the road of least resistance. You weren't here doing all this just to absorb received wisdom. You've done all this work to find your own voice, not to mimic someone else's. Trust yourself now to sing your own melody with it. Also, you got here by taking risks, by failing at some things, maybe many things. Even going to university at all was a risk. You didn't do all this work so that you'll live a failure-free life. You've done all this work so that your future failures will be for more important causes, and so that your successes will have more important impacts. And finally, you came here with at least some slight thought in the back of your mind that a university degree will lead to a great job and a lot of money. And it's true, the chances are a lot higher that you will have those things with a degree than without a degree. But I've always liked this sentence from Chris Hedges' book, The Empire of Illusion. In the end, the measure of a civilization is its compassion, not its ability to consume. And the compassion is not just for others, it's also for yourself. Help out those with less than you've now got and take it easy on yourself while you're at it. The two go hand in hand, it turns out. And if you do get a great job and make lots of money, show even more compassion, make even more of a difference. Think of all of those who can't even imagine having the education you've got. What would they do if they had it? What will you do now that you've got it? How can you give back to everyone who's helped you get it? Education brings benefits, but it also brings responsibility. In its 150th year, Canada needs people with degrees in your disciplines to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity, not to build a wall against it, a country that can tell the difference between truth and its many imposters, a country that responds to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action, because as Justice Murray Sinclair said 2 years ago when he was here, education is the key to reconciliation. Our new vision document commits us to being an outstanding institution of research, knowledge keeping, reconciliation, and inclusion with and by Indigenous peoples and communities. And I am grateful that the University of Saskatchewan is seen in this country as a participant, not a bystander, in building reconciliation. And in this sesquicentennial year, we have more Aboriginal students at our university than ever before in our history. We are at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural challenge of its history. Being a nation builder today means relearning, rewriting, rethinking, reimagining, things universities can help do best, but have not always. We must have the conviction to do so now. It will take generations, but we are building for centuries. So in the end, what's all this that you're achieving today about? Only you can actually answer that question for yourself, but part of it is about being able to contribute to your community, this province, to this country, to be a nation builder in your own right. For me, it has always been about a passion for the idea of a university, a radical experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society and respectful critics of it. For the Roy Romanows and John Diefenbakers, Gerhard Hertzbergs, Hilda Neatbys, Blaine Favels, Emmett Halls, Annie Mackays, and Sylvia Fedoraks of the world, it was about something else. None of them, while they were at university, knew exactly where they were headed. But they knew to listen for some passion to follow, and that became an endless journey. For you, it will be something else. Doesn't matter exactly what it is, but be passionate about it and use it for good. Congratulations to the graduates today. Thank you very much.
Good morning, President Stoichev, Chancellor Romano, graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kent Stobart. I'm the Vice Dean of Education for the College of Medicine, and it's my privilege to be serving here today. As we gather here today, we honor individuals who have made significant impact on the university through their leadership and outstanding achievements. It is my pleasure to present to you Dr. Ali Rajput, Professor Emeritus of the College of Medicine. We recognize Dr. Rajput for his impressive career, outstanding contributions, and dedicated service in the field of medicine. As a distinguished researcher, he has led many major developments in Parkinson's research and treatment. These have contributed significantly to our current understanding of disease and the related movement disorders. Dr. Rajput grew up in Pakistan, where he received his medical training at the University of Sindh. He earned a master's degree of neurology at the University of Michigan. He went on to complete internship in Chicago, followed by residencies in internal medicine, psychiatry, neurology, and neuropathology. Dr. Rajput joined the College of Medicine in 1967 as a lecturer. Since that time, he has held various appointments in the college, including as a professor and the head of neurology. A dedicated faculty member, he received the Distinguished Professor Award and is first clinical faculty member to receive the Distinguished Researcher Award. Dr. Rajput also was recognized with the Prime of Life Achievement Award from the University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. In 1968, he founded the internationally renowned Saskatchewan Movement Disorders Program, which has the dual goals of both patient care and research, and has strongly contributed to our current knowledge of the disease. He founded the Parkinson's Disease Foundation of Saskatchewan and the Canadian Movement Disorders Group. He also played a major role in the annual Telemiracle Saskatchewan Telethon. He has served on several national and international committees, including the World Health Organization's Parkinson's Disease Working Group. Dr. Rajput's work is extensively published, and he has served on the editorial board of several journals. He has also provided his expertise as a consultant in the United States and Canada in Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, and aging. His dedication to his community and as a professor is significant. In recognition of Dr. Rajput's leadership and commitment to community service, he's been awarded the Order of Canada, the Queen's Golden Jubilee Medal, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal, the Saskatchewan Order of Merit, and the Saskatoon Citizen of the Year Award. He has also received the University of Regina's Distinguished Canadian Award of Lifetime Achievement in Medicine, the Parkinson's Society of Canada's Morton Schulman Award, the Tony Dagnone Spirit of Royal University Hospital Award, and the Saskatchewan Medical Association's Physician of the Year Award. Dr. Rajput, we at the College of Medicine and at the University of Saskatchewan are proud of what you have achieved. In recognition of your outstanding achievements in the pure and applied sciences, I am honored to present you today for the award of Honorary Doctor of Science.
Me first. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you, Dr. Rajput, to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Thank you very much, Chancellor. Chancellor Romano, President Stoichev, members of the faculty, award recipients, faculty members, friends, and family. I want to congratulate the new graduates, and I wish you all the best in your life. I'll say a few more words later on in my talk about you, about what I have to advise you. I have received honors from the city, province, national, international, but this one is very special, and I'll explain to you why it is so special. There's an old saying that you're never a prophet in your own home, and there's good reason for that. Outside honors are based on your curriculum vitae. They see what you've done, and you never write anything bad about you when you're preparing a new curriculum vitae. Remember that. And the letters of reference, which are always laudatory. If it's a bad letter, you don't send it in. For your own institutional honor like this one, the adjudicators not only know you for your strengths, but they also know your weaknesses. And all of us have some of those. I'm highly grateful to the committee that chose me for this honor and the university that granted me this honor. Thank you very much. The three main functions that university has, one is learning, which is primarily student-focused. Two is teaching, which is primarily faculty-focused. And three is research, which is primarily faculty-focused. But none of them are exclusively in that category. They always have some interaction. While learning is the primary goal of the university students, it's a lifelong process, and you are never too old to learn. I'll give you my own example. Technologically, I'm 18th century, maybe at best 19th century man. I'm not any better than that. But I have to live in the 21st century, so I have to learn. My granddaughter Emma has been a very kind teacher to me, and I hope she'll continue to do that. Thank you, Emma. The objective of research is to advance knowledge. It's an important function of the university. Research in general is difficult because you are challenging the status quo. You're finding something new. You want to do something new. So it's always challenging. Research within the university faculty members know, is more challenging because it competes with the teaching functions. So you have to adjust your teaching responsibility and research. When you're a practicing doctor like I am, I have an added competing demand, and that is I have to look after the patients. So you are continuously adjusting what you want to do and doing the best in that capacity. My major academic contribution to this institution has been to build the Saskatchewan Movement Disorders program. I was asked to identify one, so I had to choose one, and that's what I think I have done. We have a fully integrated clinical, that's patient care, and research program. So there's no conflict between the patient care and the research. It's all together the same thing. Movement disorders is a highly competitive field worldwide, and we have no natural advantage why we should be excelling at that discipline here. Our program is widely recognized as the best in the world, and I'm not saying because I'm saying it, but there's an independent evidence for that from several sources. That's not bad for a place like Saskatoon. So how did we do that? Well, there were two key components in that. The one was that we decided that we are going to do what's feasible here, not what's feasible in New York or Toronto or anywhere else, but what's feasible here. And I don't dream in technicolor, so I look at it practically. What is that I can do here? And the second was that it has to be sustainable. I do not want to have a program which is lasting for a year, 2 or 5 years. It has to last for a longer time. It has been going on for the last 49 years. And if it maintained well, it has the legs to go on for the next 49 years. The second part was to build the teams. No matter how smart you are or how hardworking you are, you're not going to be able to do it alone. So we had to build a team. It's really not my program, it's our program. I have received support from many individuals, and if I think about it, it's not in hundreds, but in thousands of people have supported me in their own ways. I have received support from the university and the health region, for which I am very grateful. I thank you all who have supported me. My first and most unwavering supporter has been my wife, Carla. Thank you, dear. Without her, I couldn't have done it. Now, I want to share with you some of the thoughts that I have for the new graduates that I have learned in life. In many ways, life is like a team sport. All of us are naturally thinking about ourselves. But when you consider carefully, we are all interdependent. We benefit from what was done by our predecessors, and we benefit from what the others around us do. So we are very interdependent, whether we like it or not. It's really nobody's fully independent. So each of us must do what's also good for the rest of the society. That's lesson number one. Number two, do not think that only those in high position have the opportunity to do something worthwhile. I was never a general. I was always a foot soldier. If I could do it, so can you. Just try it. Number three, whatever your job, do it the best you are capable of. There will be bumps in the road, and there will be times when you will feel underappreciated. Regardless of what you feel in the short term, I assure you, in the longer term, your honest and good work will pay you off. And I wish you all good luck and much success. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Would the graduates in the first row please rise and start making your way to the platform? And as you make your way forward, I'll give you some instructions. As you enter the stage, please stop and face the audience so that a hood can be put over your head. Once you have been hooded, proceed to the first podium where the orator will present each of you by name. Once your name has been announced, proceed to shake the Chancellor's hand, and the Chancellor then tells you that you have been admitted to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. You will then proceed across the platform to be greeted by the President and your Dean or the Associate Dean of your college, and to receive your parchment from them. As you go down the steps, you will be welcomed as new members of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association by a representative of that association.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the University Language Center, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the certificate in English for academic purposes. I present to you Jennifer Nicole Camacho Soto. Victor David Narvez Lopez. Maria Fernanda Romero. Yoconda Fernanda Vera Lanos. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Graduate Professional Skills Certificate. I present to you Jemanesh Haile. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts 3-year. I present to you Jennifer Rachel Abramson. Amtul Musawar Ahmed. Kara Emily Baldwin, with great distinction. Tiffany Dakota Shining Starben. Rochelle Ann Bosco. Nicole Elise Cote, with distinction. Kingsley Raymond Ejudike. Robert P. Ems, with great distinction. Christine Adina Sue Everett. Matthew Gerspacher. Maitzi Young Han. Fan Huang. James David Kirk. Ching Long. Ariana Giselle Morin. Melissa Jennifer Nelson, with great distinction. Natasha Raymond. Crystal Ray Schindel. Kelly Marie Standing Ready. Michelle Daping Subadai. E. Tang. Priyanka Tiku. Mackenzie Kathleen Wilson. Haley Elizabeth Wooden. Alexandra Eden Zakreski. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts 4-year. I present to you Grace Nagula Belalufu. Nikki Rayanne Alexandra Campbell. Henlin Shen, with distinction. Shushen Chen. Althea Bunyi Seapress. Sarah Jean Harlot Cooperthwaite. Jenna Petra Crawford. Amy Caitlin Dimitrick. Nina Drew. Kelsey J.C. Alexandra Duncan, with distinction. Kira Warwick App. Mackenzie Fisher. Rose Honor, with distinction. Dalveen Carr Kaler. Jeanne Laurie Krawchuk. Danielle Lee Lingelbach. Sinyu Liu. Sheldon B. Matiko. Alexandra Marie Miller. Jesse Aaron Nelson. Corey George Nichols. Chelsea Leanne Palmer. Caitlin McCall Parley. Carrie Loren Schlapp. Brooke Shanks. Martina Jordan Stevenson. Sarah Tajik. Marlene Marsa Toma. Sandy Wang. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. I present to you Courtney Megan Ballantyne with high honors. Simon Peter Boson with high honors. Enyu G. Matthew Hans Frederick Josdahl with high honors. Julie Ann Maseka with high honors. Titi Oyenoga. Olga Stepanenko. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science 3-year. I present to you Corey Matthew Dick. Kimberly Joy Dick, with great distinction. Supreet Singh. Juang Hu Vu. Kristen Melissa Wooden. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science 4-year. I present to you Ademomola Bello. Kevin Leonard Burr. Colin Alexandra Burrell. Benjamin Dean Brooks Carey, with distinction. James Colin Chamberlain. Royan Shen. Bree Chasson. Mason Riley Ermel. David John E. Holfeld. Derek Dean Kunkel, with distinction. Zhenming La. Pripal Kar Negra. Kevin Robert Noonan. Emily Sarah Elizabeth Semenoff. Joyce Alicia Verdal, with great distinction. Skylar Lauren Wood. Tingwei Shia.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors. I present to you Laith Talal Alfin, Madison Grace Blischak, Caitlin Jessica Brown, with high honors. Tonhao Chen, with high honors. Pushpita Laboni. Joel Matthew Merritt. Sabah Sabdullah. Kaylee Brooke Thompson, with high honors. Olivia Mary Tosh, with high honors. Colton James Vesey, with high honors. Aaron Joseph Wood. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science 4-year. I present to you Christian Norman Curtis Yankee, with great distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts Honors. I present to you Connor Devon Brousseau, with high honors. Rebecca Sharon Tilly Chilak. Lara Quinn Aberly, with high honors. Devin Lucian Roy, with high honors. Stephanie Dawn Turhill, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Arts. I present to you Olufemi Festus Achibai. Miriama Berry. John Richard Elliott Bird. Emeka Eugene Dim. Portley Gartley Johnson. Vanessa Rose Hildebrand. Marnie Lois Ann Howlett. Rosemary Mwikali Kitabi. Bram Christopher Lara. Teresa Dawn Little. Kayla Sienna McCutcheon. Fabian Montoya Fent. Crystal Dawn Raven. Jacqueline Ashley Schoenfeld. Thomas James Somerville Seibel. Noemi Salmon. Christopher Takyi. Shabnaz Zubayad. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Fine Arts. I present to you Danielle Marie Altrogi. Lindsay Christiana Kiesman. Catherine Ann Lawrence. Shannon Kelly McConnell. Cassie Wynne Smith. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Sudhakar Achath, Hadahapo Joseph Hadagun, Emily Ruth Anderson, Miles Rimmer Buckwalt, Peibo Kong, Joshua George Cronmiller, Ebenezer Gira, Ayorla Isaac Nordu, Deshu Kong, Emmanuel Oluwatolibebola Niyi, Dotun John Olameyi, Osagi Osemwegi, Elham Paknahad, Sanjeev Rijal, Juan Pablo Sanchez Guerrero, Humu Haida Selassie, Christine Michelle Shields, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environmental and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Environment and Sustainability. I present to you Magali Furlan Naimi. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of graduate and postdoctoral studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Sustainable Environmental Management. I present to you Natasha Veronica Baldry. John Scott Beaver. Megan Dale Bjordal. Christina Gail Boreen Olson. Ademola Benedicta Idowu. Natasha Maria King. Kazi Misha Musarat. Michael Philip Paul. Irina Patrician. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of graduate and postdoctoral studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Water Security. I present to you Carly Jean Kokola. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of graduate and postdoctoral studies, I present to you these scholars from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Administration. I present to you Luis Guillermo Corredor Duarte. Aditi Das Gupta. MD Kamral Huda. Paul Barry Thompson.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. I present to you Julene Corrine Lorian Elbert. Hatim Abdullah Al-Ghamdi. Marguerite Aziz. Brennan Lee Biker with great distinction. Taylor James Bond. Nicole Adrian Breton. Haley Alyssa Bush. Amanda Marie Carey with great distinction. Carly Faye Davidson with distinction. Jessica Ann Margaret Dubkowski. Katie Ann Duchuk. Brianne Melanie Fitzpatrick. Graham Scott Hildebrandt. Alyssa Rose Hintz. Jarvis James. Wei Xian Lee with distinction. Jian Meng with distinction. Jianeng Meng. Terashishi Maureen Moyo. Stephanie Ann Panku with honors and distinction. Daki Shum. Morgan Daniel Spenrath with great distinction. Caitlin Blair Stevenson. Ana Luisa Tavares Nito with great distinction. Sydney Ray Toluchuk. Evan Johannes Van Dongen. Bryden John Wanzura. Yu Wang with distinction. Brendan Levi Weeb. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you this scholar from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on him the degree of Master of Business Administration. I present to you Dana Beaton. David Ryan Burlock. Brenda Faye Byers. Karen Ruth Conway. Tianda Dawn Dranchuk. Ashley Lynn Fedorowicz. Paul William Fraser. Danielle Marie Grimes. Thank you. Spencer John Groth. Robert Douglas Everett Henderson. Nikhil Khanna. Tanya Lee Lewis. Tara Rai Madzamori. Daniel Jacob Markiewicz. Kate Marie Morrison. Jacqueline Matsa Nyamakondawa. Matthew Pozlowski. Kenton Keith Peterson. Anastasia Maria Stadnik. Timothy Ryan Tong. Graham William Dean Watson. David Gary Yankee. Janice Lillian Yuspashiva. Kenneth Michael Usick. Yu-Shin Ju. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Professional Accounting. I present to you Hillary Tess Carlson. Nathaniel Christian. Kun Ding. Jacqueline Nicole Farmer. Brittany Dawn Fair. Kyla Morgan Gately. Sydney Alexander Gregory Hewer. Paul Randall John Hildebrandt. Andrew Charles Hodson. Joyce C. Wing Hung. Gagan Juthla. Krista Nicole Lowen. Michael James Lychak. Vivian Mann. Scott McCarger. Natasha Gloria Mitchell. Manat Kaur Nat. Paul David Ole Nielsen. Matthew Derek Nordoff. Michael Joseph Pierre Nowak. Tasha Elizabeth Olivieri. Jaylene Leslie Redchenko. Daniel Roy Roberts. Nope. Josie Cheryl Ryan. Lauren Ariel Seymour. Brecklin K. Strylaff. Jennifer Tarpe. Tarpey. No problem. Kendall Lauren Trach. Elizabeth Tin K. Sung. Emily Wooding. Jonathan Paul Wadowich. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Aloran Barua. Adam Donald Slobojan. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you C.J. Harvey Bishop. Lisa Jean Broda. Rachel Lawrence Burton. Gabriela Corabian. Hongxing Geng. You're welcome. Puyan Hogshenas. Ling Ling Jin. Zokin Lee. Yuju Liu. Katya Claire McDonald. Ian David Phillips. Jared Michael Robertson. Laura Marie Scallion. Kayla Erin Truswell. Yali Yao. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates and degrees.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
Madam Secretary, at the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
The University Medal in the Fine Arts is awarded annually at Fall Convocation to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts 4-year or honours degree in art, studio art, drama, or music. The Dean's Medal is awarded annually at Fall Convocation to the most distinguished graduate of the College of Arts and Science selected from among the recipients of the Rose Littman Medal in the Humanities, the University Medal in Social Science, the University Medal in the Sciences, the University Medal in the Bachelor of Arts and Science degree, and the University Medal in the Fine Arts. This year's recipient of both the University Medal and the Dean's Medal is Linda Musniez, who is receiving her Bachelor of Fine Arts honours degree with high honours in studio art. And I'm afraid she's not available to be with us today. But I will give you a little bit of Linda's background. Born and raised in Latvia, Linda came to Saskatchewan in 2013. For years, she has studied both music and sciences, but she is particularly drawn to visual art. Spending her early years in a post-Soviet Union setting and the experience she had there have informed her artistic work, which focuses on human rights and societal issues and explores autobiographical history and experiences. She is a self-taught photographer whose studio areas also include installation and sculpture. She has also excelled in her academic art history practice during her time at the University of Saskatchewan. During her studies, Linda worked as a photography student technician, as well as a teaching assistant in art history. Linda has now returned to Latvia and hopes to become a full-time artist and social activist, working towards exhibiting her works across Europe. While in Latvia, prior to coming to Saskatchewan, Linda began volunteering as a substitute teacher in chemistry and a tutor in English and chemistry at a local secondary school. Her volunteering continued at the University of Saskatchewan, where she was Vice President of Communications for Amnesty International, U of S, and was an ambassador for the Visual Arts Students' Union. Linda's community volunteering work was through the also known as Artist Run Centre, which supports artist-driven initiatives that reflect and encourage Saskatoon's culturally diverse communities. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Linda Musniers as this year's recipient of the University Medal in the Fine Arts and the Dean's Medal. The University Medal in Sciences is awarded annually at fall convocation to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Science 4-year or honours degree in the sciences. This year's recipient of the University Medal in Sciences is Joyce Alyssa Vidal. Joyce is receiving a Bachelor of Science 4-year degree with a major in physiology and pharmacology with great distinction. Starting from an early age, Joyce has been drawn to math and science and has excelled in both over the course of her academic career. Her academic achievements have resulted in the award of 2 entrance scholarships, a Greystone Guaranteed Entrance Scholarship, and the Orvald A. Gratis Scholarship. Joyce has carried her love of learning through her post-secondary studies and into her current role as an educational assistant with Saskatoon Public Schools. Prior to that, she worked as a private tutor of 20-level chemistry and pre-calculus classes. In addition, Joyce volunteered for 3 years as an English as an additional language conversational partner, where she conversed with advanced EAL students and taught vocabulary to entry-level students. Music has played a significant role in Joyce's life. This began with her study as a classical pianist and continued in a volunteer capacity as she is a music team leader with piano at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Music has had such an inspirational role in her life that she is considering the possibility of pursuing it as a complement to a future medical practice through music therapy. Volunteering and community engagement are other key aspects of Joyce's life, as evidenced by her involvement as a Circle of Support and Accountability team member with Micah Mission. Through this program, she participates in restorative justice for individuals who are incarcerated or who have previously been incarcerated, aspiring to transform lives through visitation, support, and accountability. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present the University Medal in Sciences to Joyce Alyssa Vidal. The University Medal in the Social Sciences is awarded annually at fall convocation to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Arts 4-year or honours degree in the social sciences. This year's recipient is Courtney Megan Ballantyne. Courtney graduates with a Bachelor of Arts honours degree with high honours in psychology. Courtney was on the Dean's Honour List in 2013-14 and 2015-16. And in 2016, Courtney was also the recipient of a University of Saskatchewan undergraduate student research assistantship. Through that assistantship, she worked in the Department of Psychology's Cognitive Science Lab, where she researched metacognition and reasoning under the supervision of Dr. Valerie Thompson. While in this assistantship, Courtney demonstrated a strong aptitude for both independent thought and cooperative teamwork. Courtney's research activities in the Cognitive Science Lab continued in September 2016 when she was a research assistant engaged in programming experiments and the collection and analysis of these data. During her academic studies, Courtney was actively engaged in the University of Saskatchewan Undergraduate Research Journal. This is a faculty-reviewed publication which gives University of Saskatchewan students the opportunity to publish original work. She held the position of senior editor for the social sciences and also was undergraduate editor-in-chief, which involved co-management of a team of 25 student editors while keeping to a strict publication schedule and delivering constructive feedback to student authors, some of who probably did not want that. Beginning in September 2014, Courtney was vice president at USask Improv. This is an I knew I was going to have problems with this. Improvisation theatre group that she co-founded. Along with the performance of monthly improv comedy shows in Saskatoon, Courtney led the organization through the ratification process on campus and engaged in the promotion and planning of the shows. This culminated in her co-organizing the first annual 2017 Good Vibes Improv Festival, which brought together improv teams from Saskatchewan and out of province over 3 nights in March of this year. Courtney has also volunteered with Person to Person, a restorative justice program of one-on-one visits with offenders at the Regional Psychiatric Centre, aimed at modeling and fostering healthy friendships. Her extracurricular activities also included playing trombone with the University of Saskatchewan Concert Band. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Courtney Megan Ballantyne as this year's recipient of the University Medal in the Social Sciences. I'm still here. It's a big college we have in Arts and Science. The University Medal in a Bachelor of Arts and Science degree is awarded annually at fall convocation to the most distinguished graduate in the College of Arts and Science. This year's recipient of the University Medal in the Bachelor of Arts and Science degree is Christian Norman Curtis Yankee. Congratulations. Christian is receiving a Bachelor of Arts and Science 4-year degree with a major in health studies with great distinction. Heralding from a farm just outside of Churchbridge, Saskatchewan, Christian was homeschooled from kindergarten through grade 12 before coming to the University of Saskatchewan, where he pursued studies in the Interdisciplinary Health Studies program based on his lifelong interest in the medical field. He has focused on biodevelopment and health within this discipline with a minor in psychology. Christian's experiences on a family farm in a small Saskatchewan community have given him first-hand experience with rural and general population health issues. He frequently demonstrated courage and poise while sharing these insights in his classes, and in doing so, challenged the healthcare status quo. Throughout his education, Christian has also been employed with the construction industry in Saskatoon, and over his time, his construction skills have developed. He has contributed to office buildings, residences, and hospital home lottery show homes in Saskatoon. In his spare time, while at university, Christian has also participated in hockey and volleyball, and he has been both a player and a manager on several of these teams. Christian demonstrates a strong commitment to his community through his various contributions as a volunteer. Along with 2 friends, he initiated a youth group through his community church, which provided activities for youth in his community while also engaging in food drives and fundraising to give back to the town of Churchbridge. Over the past 11 years, Christian has volunteered at Greenwater Bible Camp, taking on roles of increasing responsibility as a cabin leader, a manager, and finally as director of the camp. During his time in Saskatoon, Christian also volunteered at Luther Care Home 3 mornings a week, providing elder care to those living at the home. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present the University Medal in a Bachelor of Arts and Science degree to Christian Norman Curtis Yankee. The Rose Littman Medal is named after Miss Rose Littman, a long-term University of Saskatchewan employee who started work in the 1960s at the College of Nursing and concluded her career with 15 years of service at the College of Arts and Science in student records and counseling. This Rose Littman Medal is awarded annually at fall convocation to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Arts 4-year or honors degree in the humanities. This year's recipient of the fall convocation Rose Littman Medal in Humanities is Indigo Brody, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts honors degree with high honors in English and is unable to join us today. The first 2 years of Indigo's undergraduate program was taken at St. Peter's College in Munster before moving to Saskatoon to complete his degree at the university's main campus. While at St. Peter's College, Indigo not only worked towards his Bachelor of Arts honors degree, but also simultaneously acquired a 2-year writing diploma. His talent as a non-fiction writer was evidenced when one of his original stories was published in St. Peter's College's literary magazine, The Society. Indigo is also a talented visual artist who enjoys pursuing both digital and traditional drawing. His work as a visual artist has also been published in The Society. As a high-achieving student, Indigo was the recipient of the Humanities and Fine Arts Faculty Award from St. Peter's College and was also on their Chancellor's Honours Roll for the 2013-14 academic year. One of Indigo's seminar instructors described him as intuitive, impulsive, and bold in his reading and his oral exchanges and written work. He was also praised by another instructor for his introduction of unexpected, insightful comments into seminar discussions. So skilled was his analysis of literature in his courses that his voice, quote, was most subtly influential in shaping other students' interpretation of the text. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present the Rose Littman Medal in Humanities to Indigo Brody. Still here. The Fall Convocation 3-year degree medal is awarded to the most distinguished graduate receiving a first degree in a 3-year program in the college. This year's recipient of the Fall Convocation 3-year degree medal is Robert Patrick Ames. Robert is receiving his Bachelor's of Arts 3-year degree with a major in economics with great distinction. Prior to his post-secondary study at the University of Saskatchewan, Robert began studying accounting part-time at SciAst. And while working at SciAst, while working as a full-time carpenter. He completed a carpentry apprenticeship and has, interestingly enough, worked on projects on the University of Saskatchewan campus, including the Vido Intervac building and the E-Wing expansion of the Health Sciences building. Have you left your signature somewhere? No? Okay. Robert's subsequent transfer to the Department of Economics brought him academic success. During his time with the department, he was employed as a tutor of other students, and since the completion of his degree, he has enrolled in the College of Law with interests in immigration and refugee law and also criminal law. Throughout his life, Robert has also given back to his community in a number of ways. He has been a weekly volunteer at Classic, and that is the Community Legal Assistance Services for Saskatoon Inner City, since September 2016, as part of their walk-in advocacy clinic. In addition, his carpentry experience has also been put to use through volunteering with Habitat for Humanity. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Robert Patrick Ames as this year's award winner of the Fall Convocation 3-year degree medal. I'm done.
You're coming back, aren't you?
No.
We get one more year. Good morning, everyone. The Goodspeed Award is presented to the most distinguished BCom graduate in the Edwards School of Business. This year, we are pleased to announce that the winner of the Goodspeed Award is Ms. Yachun Gua, who is graduating today with a BCom degree, great distinction, majoring in finance. Yachun is not able to be here today, so please allow me to provide some context for her award. She received U of S undergraduate scholarships in 2015-16 as well as 2016-17 and is twice a member of the Dean's Honor Roll. She also participated in an interdisciplinary contest in mathematical modeling held with the math department here at the University of Saskatchewan and received honorable mention. Most notably, in Yachun's background, she is a self-confessed expert in GPS. Now, this isn't the GPS that avoids you being lost, but she is rather an expert in the Global Positioning Summer Program, GPS program held in China. In fact, prior to coming to the University of Saskatchewan, she participated in the summer program in which she introduced international students coming to China with economic, social, and cultural aspects of life in China. This program, in her own words, helped her to understand that as a member of the next generation, it would be her obligation to learn about and appreciate different cultures and to then create value for society. This prompted her move to come to the University of Saskatchewan and enroll in the BCom program. Yachun is not able to be here today because she is currently working on a double degree for Master of International Business at Queen's University. As part of this program, she will be participating in a program in the Netherlands to further study finance as it pertains to international business. Her plans after completion of her master's degrees are to pursue a doctorate degree because of her love of research and writing. As part of her acknowledgement of her background for receiving this award, she indicated, quote, "I am grateful to the Edwards School of Business and especially to the faculty who are most supportive of my opportunities and possibilities and provided classes that helped prepare her for graduate school." Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Ms. Yachun Gua as this year's winner of the Goodspeed Award for the most distinguished BCom graduate. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor and honored guests, it's a real privilege at Convocation for me as President to be able to present the President's Medal. And I'd like to do so now. It was established 50 years ago in 1967, and it's awarded annually to the undergraduate student with the highest academic standing at Fall Convocation. It's a truly prestigious honor for an extraordinary student. And today we are proud to honor someone who is going to make an encore appearance, Robert Ems. You've heard quite a bit about him. I just want to fill in some of the blanks. He graduated with great distinction from the College of Arts and Science with a Bachelor of Arts degree and, as you heard, a major in economics. He was born in Calgary and spent his formative years growing up in Calgary and Vancouver before moving to Saskatoon 10 years ago. During his time here, Robert has earned awards and scholarships, including making the Dean's List in the College of Arts and Science and earning a University of Saskatchewan undergraduate scholarship. He's currently a student in the College of Law and is on pace to complete his Juris Doctor degree by December of 2018 and hopes to return to university to complete a Master of Laws. In addition to his excellent academic performance, Robert is also active in the community as a member of the Saskatoon Canoe and Kayak Club and serves as a student editor of the prestigious Saskatchewan Law Review. Robert is also an avid outdoor enthusiast whose hobbies include cycling, hiking, camping, canoeing, and kayaking. And it is my great pleasure, humbling privilege today to present the President's Medal to Robert Ems. Thank you. Real pleasure. And we'll get our photograph taken again.
Good morning. My name is Patty McDougall and I serve as the Vice Provost of Teaching and Learning. Eminent Chancellor, it is my pleasure today to present a University of Saskatchewan Master Teacher Award to Dr. Chelsea Wilness. Associate Dean Research and Academic, and Associate Professor and Grandee Scholar in Sustainable Leadership within the Department of Human Resources and Organizational Behavior in our Edwards School of Business. Let me tell you, I can hardly contain myself this morning. I am standing here to present a Master Teacher Award to a colleague for whom I have such extraordinary admiration. A colleague that I know inspires everyone that comes near her. Students, faculty, staff, community members, inspires us to work harder, reach farther, and most importantly, to give more of ourselves to the communities around us. Dr. Wilness actually sat in this very audience where you sit some 15 years ago when she graduated with her bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Saskatchewan. I was going to say the University of Psychology. From the University of Saskatchewan. At some point in her undergraduate training, she sat in my classroom, and so memorable was I that neither she nor I can remember which class it was. Doesn't matter. I still intend to bask in her reflected glory this morning and take a moment to tell you exactly why she is master teacher material. Our master teachers create a vibrant learning environment, one where active learning is valued and facilitated. Dr. Wilness views her role in the learning process as one of guide and mentor. She works to ensure an environment of respect, challenge, exploration, and support. Dr. Wilness creates a dynamic, spirited, and authentic learning community in her courses by developing intense, active class participation among her students, and by involving them deeply with community learning partners. She is a clear leader at the University of Saskatchewan when it comes to creating community-engaged learning opportunities. And whether it's her leadership course or training and development or her course in recruitment and selection, Dr. Wilness finds meaningful ways to connect students to communities and to create learning opportunities that result in the students finding ways to make contributions, leaving behind something more than they take. Our master teachers demonstrate positive teaching by being effective, by assessing student learning in a way that is fair and relevant. And Dr. Wilness clearly demonstrates content proficiency in her area of human resources and organizational behavior, given her many publications in journals, book chapters, and conference presentations. Dr. Wilness's teaching does not just impart content, however, but focuses on developing the whole person in each student, extending beyond disciplinary and professional knowledge to include transferable skills, self-efficacy, and citizenship. In her humble and genuine manner, she is changing lives. One student said, "Chelsea provides me with the tools and the time I need to advance my work and ideas such that it made me feel like I was directing my learning experience as opposed to just being the receiver of it. It is because of the classes with Chelsea that I feel confident in my ability to lead others in my work." Master teachers at the University of Saskatchewan show a sustained commitment to their teaching practice and to continued improvement. I think it's fair to say that when you decide to take students out of the comfortable classroom setting, put them into a messy, inconvenient, and sometimes scary real world, you better be good. And Dr. Wilness is that good, excelling on many dimensions. Beyond a commitment to continuous improvement in her own teaching, Dr. Wilness facilitates personal growth by seeking better tools to understand student feedback and experience. She has developed measures that she uses and shares generously with others, designed to help assess the effectiveness of course design, teaching practice, both at the midterm and at the end of the year. She is truly and unabashedly a measurement geek. Finally, master teachers are expected to provide leadership in teaching, particularly with regard to living out the University of Saskatchewan Learning Charter, both within their department and college and across the university. Dr. Wilness is an award winner in her teaching. As two examples, it was my honor to give her a Provost College Award for outstanding teaching in 2014 and to watch her receive the highly coveted USSU Teaching Excellence Award in 2016. These awards signal leadership. Her leadership, both in Edwards and across the broader university, has been vital. For example, Dr. Wilness is consistently reframing the perception of the university as an entity whose purpose includes a commitment to engage with the community, and I thank her for that passion. She has an established reputation as an expert in community-based learning. She assists faculty nationally and internationally, and she frequently shares her teaching expertise through the work of our own Teaching and Learning Center. In sum, Dr. Wilness is sprinkling a trail of master teacherness across the entire campus of the University of Saskatchewan. I am grateful to Professor Barb Phillips and Professor Fred Phillips and others in the Edwards School of Business who put forward a compelling nomination for our wonderful colleague. I present to you our Fall 2017 Master Teacher, Dr. Chelsea Wilness, and I offer her my sincere thanks for all that she brings to the learning and discovery missions of the University of Saskatchewan.
Eminent Chancellor, as Vice President of Research for the University of Saskatchewan, I am truly honored today to present our university's Distinguished Researcher Award to Dr. Maureen Reid, Professor and Assistant Director in the School of Environment and Sustainability. Maureen, I'd be pleased to have you join me at the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning I truly have the great privilege, but the very tough task of trying to summarize in only a few paragraphs the outstanding contributions of this prolific researcher, mentor, and collaborator who has an international reputation for excellence in her field. While she's a geographer by training, Maureen is an outstanding collaborator whose research crosses many disciplines, In fact, she's a pioneer in the interdisciplinary approach to research that has truly become a mantra for this university. She was instrumental in helping to establish the fabulous School of Environment and Sustainability at the University of Saskatchewan that many of you are graduating from today. Maureen's research focuses on community-based approaches to conserving ecosystems while meeting the social, economic, and cultural needs of forestry communities. This includes such aspects as the sustainability of rural communities, environmental governance, and addressing issues of gender. Her work has provided leadership on Canada's national parks and forests and the communities that exist within these ecosystems. But at an international level, Dr. Reid has also been an outstanding leader with UNESCO's biosphere reserves. These reserves are areas where volunteers come together to address conservation with sustainable use by people who live there. Canada actually has 18 of the world's biosphere reserves, with one in Saskatchewan at Red Berry Lake. Dr. Reid is recognized as an influential scholar. She has published 7 books, contributed dozens and dozens of articles to the scientific literature, and she has been the principal investigator for 9 successful grants from the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada. Absolutely no small feat indeed. Maureen's work to promote social learning and national networking has fundamentally changed how Canada's biospheres reserves work together. But Dr. Reid's leadership isn't confined to Canada. She is seen as a global leader and an international trailblazer. For example, her leadership has influenced UNESCO policies on the inclusion of Indigenous people and led to biosphere groups from around the world coming together to work more effectively to manage complex ecological systems by sharing knowledge and best practices. Dr. Reid's work with UNESCO has her collaborating with colleagues as far away as Sweden, and a visiting research fellowship in 2013 at the Research Institute for Humanity and Nature in Japan. Maureen's work in coordinating efforts on gender research in forestry at the International Union of Forest Research Organizations absolutely shows her global leadership is much sought after by many countries, including our own. Dr. Reid once noted that in Canada, ideas about what is appropriate women's work have imposed limitations on women living and working in forestry-based communities. She has documented how these communities have strong divisions of labor, with women relegated to areas in the industry that are less paid and less valued than men's work. Dr. Reid is also investigating how gender and culture affect the capacity of rural and Indigenous communities in Saskatchewan to respond to climate change and other hazards. Maureen is in great demand as a speaker, nationally and internationally. Such countries include Sweden, Japan, the United States, India, China, and at UNESCO and other UN agencies. A dedicated teacher and mentor, she won the university's 2015 Distinguished Graduate Supervisor Award, and she was also honored with the YWCA's Women of Distinction Lifetime Achievement Award in 2016. One of Maureen's nominators from a top Canadian university has this to say: if the University of Saskatchewan wanted to identify an individual who could be a model, distinguished researcher and outstanding human being, it is difficult for me to imagine many who would rank higher than Dr. Reid. What a fabulous sentiment, and I and the University of Saskatchewan could not agree more. Our university today is very pleased to recognize Dr. Maureen Reed's outstanding contributions with its highest award for research. Thank you, Maureen, for your great contributions and for the remarkable leadership and guidance you have provided to many. Congratulations on this tremendous achievement. Eminent Chancellor, I am once again honored as the Vice President Research to present the university's new Researcher Award to Dr. Andrew Grosvenor, Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry. Andrew, please join me at the podium. Since 2009, the university has annually given this honor to members of its research community in recognition of significant contributions to knowledge or artistic creativity. Andrew, who joined our university in 2009, demonstrates excellence in his work and has made absolutely prestigious contributions to research locally, nationally, and internationally. A widely recognized expert in chemistry of solid materials, he is a leader in developing and applying powerful and versatile X-ray techniques at the Canadian Light Source Synchrotron on campus to study and understand these materials. The world's largest scientific society, the American Chemical Society, recognized Dr. Grosvenor in 2014 as one of only 13 emerging investigators in this field. Andrew was the only Canadian in this remarkable group. Dr. Grosvenor has built a world-class research group at the synchrotron, and these outstanding researchers, under the leadership of Andrew, are finding solutions to challenges in areas ranging from fundamental science to commercial applications in energy and mineral sectors. His research group is working to develop materials for potential long-term containment of radioactive nuclear waste and studying coatings that could prevent damage at potash mines from the potassium chloride that corrodes steel used to reinforce concrete. Their work has the potential to make huge impacts on key industries in our province, but also industries indeed across the globe. Andrew has developed key industrial research partnerships with numerous companies in the mining sector. These partnerships will indeed benefit Saskatchewan and our university for many years to come. Dr. Grosvenor was the principal investigator in 2 major Canada Foundation for Innovation Awards. He has been awarded large discovery grants from the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council, which is the gold standard for science funding in Canada. He was also instrumental in attracting federal funding of almost $1.5 million to provide spectrometer to complement the capabilities at the synchrotron. This particular piece of infrastructure will enable researchers to continue to improve their understanding of solid materials as they strive to address industry needs and other challenges. A prolific researcher and contributor to the scientific literature, he has published over 70 refereed journal articles, and his research has appeared in top journals in his field. But his contributions certainly go much further. He is a sought-after speaker and has delivered more than 30 invited presentations in Canada and across the globe. These are stellar achievements, especially when one considers that Andrew has received his PhD just 9 years ago. You might think all of this activity might leave Andrew with little time for something else, yet he has collaborated with many colleagues in chemistry and was the driving force behind a report that will establish the next strategic plan for Canada's only synchrotron. I am very pleased to recognize Andrew's burgeoning career with our university's top honor for new researchers. I want to thank you, Andrew, on behalf of our entire university and external community for your outstanding contributions. And I will say that your colleagues and I look very forward to following your continued success and growth and outstanding leadership. For that, we thank you.
How's everyone doing out there? I'll keep it in perspective though. How many of you have ever taken a night class, one of those 3-hour classes that start at 7 p.m.? It's about that long. Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the faculty, guests. My name's Chris Unsworth. I'm a proud U of S alumnus from the College of Agriculture and Bioresources. And as a member of the board of the U of S Alumni Association, it's my distinct pleasure to congratulate you, the class of 2017, and welcome you to the U of S alumni family of over 150,000 members in over 120 countries. And there's a lot to remember about today. The feeling of approaching the stage and giving somebody a hug, shaking hands with the eminent chancellor, and these distinguished leaders behind me. I had the honor of being present at the Alumni Awards on Thursday night and got to witness what U of S graduates have done throughout their careers and their lives. It is truly remarkable the talent that comes from Saskatchewan, that comes from around the world, but chooses to come here. And whether you realize it along the way or not, you've been equipping yourself for life as a graduate of U of S. And whatever awaits you, you're not actually ready for it. You're pretty prepared. But like the Mr. President said, be ready to fail, because through failure and then getting back up, that's how you will ultimately move forward. Winston Churchill once said, the ultimate success in life is going from failure to failure with great enthusiasm. And although it might feel like receiving your hard-earned degree marks the end of your time at the U of S community, you're actually just beginning. You're students for a very short time, but you're members of the alumni for the rest of your life. I actually had the good fortune of winning a national championship with the Huskies basketball team. And during my time as a student athlete, I kind of looked forward to playing in front of the home crowd. And while the PAC doesn't really hold 150,000 alumni, our alumni are proud supporters. And I want to take a moment and just plug that tonight is one of the last football games for the Huskies football team. So go out and support if you can. And the basketball and other sports are just getting started, volleyball as well. So it's always good to have those supported by students, friends, family. At the conclusion of the ceremony, I just want to encourage you to stop by the alumni table. We have a team of staff and volunteers there. Bring your frame, your degree, and we'll put it all together for you. And you can pick up your copy of the green and white, or if you're more tech savvy, as some of our younger graduates are, it's all digital as well. So in closing, congratulations to each and every one of our graduates on behalf of the Alumni Board and our 150,000 alumni worldwide. You're an inspiration to each other and forever a member of the U of S family.
Mr. President and distinguished head table guests, the President whispered in my ears. I stood up. Okay, let him have it. I remember when I was in another life being introduced one time where the person said, we've had good meal thanks to the people in the kitchen, good entertainment thanks to the wonderful band. Now that all the good things are over, here's our final speaker, Roy Romano. That's exactly how I feel today. Not really, but I want to say this brings our convocation ceremony to a close. And just very briefly, I want to thank a number of people. First, Darren Olerking and the University Wind Orchestra. There's Darren, wonderful job they do. Our signer from the Saskatchewan School for the Deaf and Hearing, who did a wonderful job in helping out as well, and continues. Great singer, Brianna Penner is our vocalist. Nice hand for her. And our drum group, the Buffalo Boys Productions, and our traditional knowledge keeper, Bob Badger. How about a hand for them too? You don't have to give a hand here, although they deserve one, and that is the teams from the Convocation office and the University Secretary's office in making these ceremonies a success. And I think above all, to all of the family and friends of the graduates and the friends and defenders of this university who are here today, who by showing up not only show their support for their loved ones, their family, but as I see it, show their support for the great tradition and history of this great university, not only in this province, but in this country and abroad. And this is something which I think is important that we maintain, and you have done so today by your appearance, for your family and for your friends, and defense and promotion of and recognition of the great University of Saskatchewan and all that it's done for our province and our country, and I'm confident will continue to do to the future. And finally, to the graduates, I offer you my congratulations. You've studied hard to earn this degree, and I wish you continued success throughout your lives, both personally and professionally. Earning your degree will show you value for a lifetime to come. The education you received from this university has prepared you for success, prepared you to meet challenges head on. And I encourage you, we all encourage you, to use this education to strengthen our communities, ensure that the benefits and opportunities of our society are available to all, and to continue your curiosity and to follow the many opportunities that you are going to have as a result of your experiences here. Friends, in closing, I would simply ask you to please remain at your seats, in your seats, until the platform party has left the stage. And thank you all for being here and making this morning such a wonderful morning and event. Thank you very much.
Convocation.